What's up, everybody? It is the Sports Code, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a very special video for me in particular because this is for anybody that doesn't know. We've got Wayne Rooney, who is currently playing for Derby. He's coming back to play against Manchester United. Most likely he will be playing. He seems to be one of their best players. I don't see how he doesn't play. And Wayne Rooney, for everybody who doesn't know, I'm surprised if you don't know, he's been one of the greatest, if not the greatest Manchester United player that has been around in recent history, definitely all time as well. And I just wanted to make a video basically saying how much he means to me as a role model. So for anybody that enjoys Wayne Rooney and thinks he's one of the greatest like I do, please like and subscribe, and we'll get straight into it. Now, when I started watching football or soccer in Australia, but I will call it football for everybody else, Wayne Rooney was pretty much the only guy I knew. I was always a Manchester United fan, but I never particularly watched the sport as much as I do now. I watched the odd game, and I would only know really a couple of players. Like I knew the Ronaldos, I knew Patrice Evra because I really liked his attitude, and I knew Wayne Rooney, and for majority of the people that don't really watch soccer, the main player you would look up to, especially back then for Manchester United, is Wayne Rooney, like probably what Paul Pogba is for us now, or De Gea. Those are the two that you constantly look at if you don't know much about Manchester United. You would know those two players because of how good they are, how long they've been a Manchester United player. For me, that was Wayne Rooney, and when I started watching, I believe it was Van Gaal's last season. I saw the drop off of Wayne Rooney. I saw a player that was our captain, that was the leader of Manchester United, but he wasn't having the greatest of performances. But I saw a man that was so determined to keep playing for Manchester United because he loved this club so much that it ended up didn't mean anything to me how bad he played. He could be the worst player on the pitch, and I would still look up to him as a leader, as a mentor, because of how dedicated he was to this club. Now, I know that there have been scandals about Wayne Rooney. I know that he threatened to join Man City, but all of that to me doesn't matter because that's all hypotheticals. That's all, even though he may have said it, doesn't mean that he would have done it. So it's just a situation where he threatened Man United, but it's not. At the end of the day, he didn't leave us, and he wouldn't have left us. If anything, we left him out to dry, to be honest, because I wanted Wayne Rooney to retire here, or at least let him leave on his own terms. I think we with Jose, we slowly implemented him out of the team until he was basically only playing cup games and no Premier League games, unless he was coming off the bench. I really believed when Wayne Rooney. I've seen all of his goals. I've seen his highlights. I really believe Wayne Rooney was the pinnacle of Manchester United in majority of recent success. Like he was the man that was behind it. And I know we had the likes of David Beckham and we had Cristiano Ronaldo, but those guys eventually left, whether it was by their own choices or not. With Ronaldo, it was his choice. He wanted to leave. I'm not really sure if David Beckham wanted to leave. I think there was times where he did, but eventually we sent him out. But yeah, like, and everybody, and those players in particular, they always speak about how Manchester United is a club where it's for everybody, and it's special. It's special to their hearts. It's the best clubs they've played at, really, and yeah, and Wayne Rooney, for me, the only reason that he set it's turned to my favorite Man United player, because Wayne Rooney it's not Ronaldo or David Beckham, is that he separated himself because he gave his prime to us, and that's something that not a lot of players tend to do. Not a lot of players are one club type of players. It's very rare in any sport, really, to find a one club player. And not, I know technically Wayne Rooney isn't a one club player because obviously he played for Everton before and after us, and he's playing for Derby now, and he's played for DC United. But when I mean a one club legend, he gave majority of his life to us. He gave from 19, I believe, or 18 even 17. I'm not really sure the age that he came. It was 2004. I don't know the age he was till what 2017, 2016. He gave nearly 12 years of his life to us, and he gave, we helped him grow, and he helped us grow. He helped us win, and we helped him develop into the man that he is. And we that's why it means so much to me that we're going to see him tomorrow. It's a reunion. I've always loved Wayne Rooney. I love him even when he's like, even I've watched his DC United games. He's not at the level that he once was, but he's still a really good player. And there's more to Wayne Rooney in terms of quality that I think that we've all missed out on, because yeah, he in Man United he wasn't playing his natural position majority of the time. He started off as a striker, he moved to a cam, then a number six, and I think with Everton they tried to play him as a striker, and he just wasn't a striker anymore. I definitely see Wayne Rooney now as a midfielder, a very good passer of the ball and everything, and that's what he was always good at. But it just now shines more. And I think we could have really, if we kept Wayne Rooney, we could have really used him in times like this. Even though a lot of people will disagree with me on that, that's just my opinion. Whatever you want to believe, you believe. But the reason why Wayne Rooney meant a lot to me is because he was a role model for me to wanting to start getting into soccer or football. Because of him, I started to play football, whether it being in school or in futsal competitions, indoor football, or even competitions outside. Wayne Rooney is a very, very important reason for why I did that, and I always wanted to follow him. Obviously, um, like his volleys and stuff were amazing. He has very good long range shooting, and that's what I tried to do as well. Clearly, I'm not as good as him because it's Wayne Rooney. Like, come on, but I tried to do a lot of what he did. Now, as I'm older, I've grown into football a lot more. I've learned more positions. I'm better suited as a goalkeeper or a defender. I'm definitely not an attacking player, to say the least. But I wanted to be like Wayne Rooney. I wanted to be like, I wanted to do the bicycle kicks. I wanted to do the long range shots. I wanted to do those fantastic passes, make those runs. I wanted to do all of that. And yeah, but he was the reason why. Like, he is the reason why I played football. I even know about football, because this, like, if Wayne Rooney wasn't a Man United player, things probably would have been very different. I mean, the reason why I go for Manchester is because one of my family members was born in Manchester, but that could have meant I would have went for Man City. Like, if I didn't, if Aguero meant a lot to me as Wayne Rooney, then things would be different. But it's not, because Wayne Rooney was just so unique. He has the majority. He has the most goals at Manchester United. He's an icon. That number 10 shirt is I wish, if football retired numbers, then for sure Wayne Rooney's number would be the first or top three that would be retired, in my opinion. I truly believe that. But of course, football is a different culture to basketball, so those numbers will carry on, and Rashford's going to do a hell of a job as the number 10 of Manchester United. Um, yeah, so it's going to be a short video, but yeah, like, Wayne Rooney means so much, and it's not just me. It's any Man United fan in recent history. A lot of people haven't, like myself, haven't watched the greatest successes in the 1990s, but we're still used to the early to late 2010s to 2000s. That's what a lot of fans like myself would understand about Manchester United. So it's clear, like, for the older fans or the fans that have watched them longer, they would have more icons like Scholes, or like a Ronaldo, or even if you go further back, like a Schmeichel or something like that. And that's fine. And but for me, being in my era, what I was watching, Wayne Rooney was that guy. He was the guy, with Robin van Persie, with that team, man, that team. And it wasn't the most. I wouldn't say it's the greatest team in Manchester United history, but that team was incredible to watch. It's so much different to what it is now, and Wayne Rooney's a big part of that. He wasn't in the greatest of forms when I started watching him, but just his name alone, and what reading his story as well, of he was being from Everton, being a young kid, scouted by Man United. They couldn't refuse up on him, and then he came into Manchester United and just tore it up for 12 years. Like that's he gave his entire life to us. That's what I said. So like he, it's kind of a thing where he gave his life to Manchester United. It kind of wants to make other people give their life to Manchester United, and that's what I've done. Like ever since 2014, I know it's only been 6 years. It's been 6 years already. My goodness. But since then, I've been a diehard Man United fan. I've watched all their games. I have a YouTube channel based on Manchester United, majority of it, and Chicago Bulls and all of that. But mainly it's Manchester United, and that's all from Wayne Rooney. Like Wayne Rooney's inspired me to do a lot of what I do now, and I can't thank him enough. So that's going to be the end of the video. I don't want to go ramble too much on what he means to me, because I'm sure everybody has a similar story, or everybody has a unique story about Wayne Rooney that makes him so special. So if Wayne Rooney means as much to you as he means to me, please like and subscribe. The Manchester United versus Derby preview will happen tomorrow. Hopefully, we get a good result out of that. But honestly, to me, the FA Cup, as much as I love the FA Cup, I'm just happy to see Wayne Rooney back playing against him. That's going to mean more to me than the win or the loss. But nevertheless, I hope we do win the game, because a cup competition is important to Manchester United, and something that's another thing that Wayne Rooney held so proudly, that he won every competition with us as well. So there's clear signs of real special thing that's going to happen tomorrow. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, this is the Sports Code. Like I said before, like and subscribe. If Wayne Rooney means a lot to you, take care. Peace.